Hi guys, it's me Karen, and I've come to do another picture in the Ink House by Rory Dobner. And I was requested to do a page, and I'm going to be doing this one. And this is Sid the Punk Parrot, and this is Reggie the Rock Ape. And Reggie accompanies Sid on his electric guitar. His rocky riffs fill the room with good vibrations. On hand to tweak his amp is Sid the Punk Parrot. So it's a very interesting page. I also will probably be doing the little picture up here of Sid and his little girlfriend up on the birdhouse up here. So first we're going to start off with this page, and probably in the area here. And I'm going to be using the Derwent Inktense paint set this time. So we will set that up. It has come with a water brush, but the tip is quite big, wide, or something that might make it a little difficult for me to use. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Pentel water brush. And I will get this all set up, and we will be right back. All right, I'm going to do the chair first, and then we will get to everything else. And we have a little chart here. And I'm going to use this racing green, a nice dark green chair. So we're going to see how that goes. I haven't used this that much. I need a scrap piece of paper also. Whoa, that is dark, isn't it? I might put that on a plastic sheet just so I can water it down a little bit better. Kind of like a palette, but I don't want to get the tray all dirty in here. So I'll just pick up some of that paint, put it here, water it down a little, and then add some on. I'm going to go in the darkest areas first. And then bring it up to the lighter areas. Okay, try not to get any of it on his hair or hat. This will be a hopefully just one video. I'd like to get this all done. I haven't gotten my new computer yet, and it is I'm trying to think of a nice way of saying it. A pain in my patootie to get my videos onto my computer. The hard drive is on its way out, we'll call it that. And to get my video from my, it's my phone that I record on, to get it from there to my computer can take me 2-3 hours. It'll start to record it, and then it'll stop, and then it'll start, and it'll stop. It's just, it's frustrating is what it is. So I'm going to have to either make really small videos, start putting them up from my phone, which I'm not that techy yet. It's a new phone, and I'm not sure how it all works. Or I'm just waiting until I get that little new computer. It's going to be a little bit yet. I had thought about putting just in a new hard drive for it. And not copying all my files over. Not that I'm not techie either, but I watched a lot of videos. YouTube is an amazing little educational tool. Anyway, I got to thinking about it, and my computer is pretty old, and it's, you know, the hard drive is going, so I thought, well, I'll just get a new hard drive. And then I thought to myself, and if I get a new hard drive, then I need a new processor. Blah, blah, blah. And I got up to the point where, no, we just need a stinking new computer. So I've been saving up for that. Okay, we have a nice green going here. I want it darker, but I have to let all that dry before we get into putting another coat on it. Somewhere in this room there should be another green element, and I don't want it too close to the chair, but I don't want it so far away that you don't know where it is, and I have to figure out someplace here that I could put a little green. We'll leave it alone for right now. We have a beautiful red here, reddish purplish color, and I want to do that on his hat sash, so we're going to put that in. And I will darken that up in a couple of coats. Okay. Might be a good color for the lampshade. Not sure. We're going to get some brown here. What is the brown called? I don't even know what these things are called. Natural brown, and then we have some burnt yellow ochre. And I'm going to put that down on this little pad. And we're going to do the, this is called a Victrola. So I'm going to add some of the brown on it. I'm really going to want to darken that up. We want a kind of a deep dark brown on that. So I may add some colors, and then in the horn here, we're going to bring out some of that color. Darkest in the middle here, where it actually goes down into the instrument. I don't have enough water on my brush. Just going to add a little bit of this black ink in with the brown. Just darken that up a little bit. Okay, we'll let that dry. We'll go out here. This is the yellowed ochre. That should probably be silver, but I don't have any silver paint on this palette, so we're going to just use what I got. And we'll go around the outer edge with that too. Okay, so I'm going to start there. Let's see what we can do with his hat. I have two shades of blue here, one really dark, I think, and one really light. So I'm going to do his hat with the darker of the two blues. something that we want darker, we can either go over again, or we can bring in a pencil and give it a nice shadow effect. Okay, so we have a blue hat. So I'm going to go ahead and make kind of his vest in the blue. And there's like a silk lining on the back. I'm going to do that in a different color. Okay, now the back of it generally is done in like a gold or a cream or brown. Could be a lighter blue, but I'm going to go with the ochre color and just kind of make it a satiny tan color. Okay, we'll do these little pocket thing the same, and we're going to add a little bit of this on his ascot. It's going to be a different color, but those little dots I think will be cute with a little of that in there. Okay. And let's see, we'll do the same with the yellow ochre coming up the some of the lamp bits here. And it's like a little bit of a shine. A dry lighter, and we will see what we get with that. We'll add a little yellow on top of it. Trying to make it kind of a goldish color. I'm going to do the same with this rope here. Add some of that in there for highlights. Okay. Doing good so far. To figure out what to do about his teacups and his little urn here. And there's newspaper, we can do that. Music notes, newspaper, what is it? Looks to be a newspaper. Just gonna put a little of the brown in here. And that's just the natural brown. Just make it look like old paper. Okay. Let's see, I think we're dry enough over here where we can add another bit of the brown. Mixing that with water over here and some of the black. So try to get this a little darker. And that's going to get a little darker. Okay. big curtain and all this background to do. I'm not sure about the wallpaper yet. And I want to darken up his vest, and I have to do his guitar, and we have to do his fur. So I'm going to take this darker brown with the black that I did the thing here. Add some of that in his fur here. Add a little of that color into his face. And that'll be shadows. And we'll do that down on his hands too. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. All right, I'm gonna bring in some of the pencils. I'm bringing in white and a yellow for his hands and his face. I'm gonna scribble those down on the plastic pad I have over here. And we're just going to mesh those two together along with some of the brown here. And we're going to try to come up with a skin color type. We'll see how that works. If it's not quite right, that's okay. We can go over it a few times. Try not to forget his ear. Bring some of that color up into his fur from his hand areas. We might add a little more tan into that. Let's see what I got. Should have tan. Boom. Alright. Throw a little of that on there too. And then we can darken up some areas here. Okay. Now, let's see. We need some brown in his amp over here. We could do it in black, I guess. Kind of a grayish tone. Just get some color there too. Okay. I'm looking at his feather and trying to figure out what to do with that also. We're going to do his fireplace. Pretty sure you can see that. I can add some more white on here and mix it in with some of the, what is this? Burnt yellow ochre. And a little brown, just to get kind of a shadow color here. Just kind of going over where we have the shadows. Tiny darker in there. There we go. Let's see. Teapot should probably be that kind of grayish color too. Grayish silver, but I can throw some shiny silver in there. This I'm going to make red, just because. I know I'm going to be throwing in some red up there, so might as well throw a little down here. Throwing in a little bit of the purple in there. Not really purple. I don't know why I call it purple. It looks more purple than it does red. Okay. It's the same color I put on his hat, and we're going to darken that up while we have the color here. Okay. Wondering if I shouldn't add that into his I think I like that. Leaving some of those little polka dots still showing through. Okay, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm going to darken up his chair, so I'm going to take some of that, is it racing green? And go over this again, just to darken it up. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a great weekend. It was Father's Day weekend here. Celebrated it. Had my kids over, well, one kid over The other one lives here, so. And we had a nice dinner for my husband. He enjoyed it a lot. I forgot to do his toes when I was coloring. Oh dear. Let's get the green off of here and see if I can color in his toes. Which means that that fur down there has to be colored too. I tried. And I had a little bit of brown left on the brush, and that's okay. Just to help shadow up the green. Oh, looks like I colored over one of the little bugs. Maybe, I don't know, I can't tell now. Could have been a little bug. Oh well, so sorry, little bug. Just want it to look like a nice comfy green chair. All right, curtain. I can do the curtain in blue, but then the background will have to be done in a different blue. I could do the curtain in red. Ooh, that would be bright. I think I'm going to be just doing the blue spots on this wallpaper. And what blue did I use before on the teacup? I think it was just True Blue or something. And I'm trying to find it. I could do navy blue, peacock blue, and a deep blue. We'll see what that one looks like. Yeah, that would work. So if we take it watered down quite a bit, and we'll just take it into the shadowed areas and bring it out a little bit with a lot of water on the brush. And then our wallpaper will have that on all the little shadow areas here, and I'll make it look a little bluer. And then we can accent that up a little bit better with the pencil. Do some shading in that. So that was deep blue 850. Looks to be some little dots under there before the curtain hits. So all of those will be done that same way. So that outrules the curtain being blue, because there's going to be a lot of blue in the background, and then blue here. We'll do these, do the teapot in blue. Didn't like it in the gray color. Coffee pot, teacup. Which one it is. And we'll do the teacups. The little blue on them. They have some kind of design here. So I'll leave it like that for now and let them dry, and then I'll shade them in a little bit. I can use that same blue here. Kind of add a little to the handles and plate of the record thingy there. We had a table under here too. It sits on a table. This table has two tablecloths on it, and then there's just a table back in here that the Victrola sits on. Let's see. We can do that in a beige color. Get some color on that. And I can always go back, like I said, with a pencil and shadow in any of these areas. And if I don't like it, put a second coat on it. I think that's part of the curtain. Now it has shadow. We're going to do the same thing down here and just add in the beige-ish color that I made. Just so it looks like a shadow under there. Tablecloth I'm going to leave white, so I'm just going to add shadows to that. That might be cream. And let's get this curtain done, shall we? Let's see. Bring in my favorite reddish color. S-H-I-R-A-Z. I'm going to put some right down on the page. And this is a very, very light hand, because these are very pigmented, and little goes a long way. So just kind of following the shadow lines here. Do the crease. Very lightly putting that in. Okay, down here on the bottom, we're going to do the same thing as bring some down. Yeah, like I said, I think this is part of the curtain here, so we're going to add that there. Okay. We're also going to take a little bit of a neutral gray and add some of that in here too. Just kind of one side of the red. And then we're going to get our water brush and see what we did. Always the fun part. start at the top and bring it down into the bottom where it should be the darkest. Try not to get Sid's wing too much. Or Sid's beak, or any part of Sid. I don't want Sid pink. Although he is punk rock, I guess I could give him some pink tips on his little feathers or something. I'm really hoping you can see all this. Okay, then we're going to go down here and do the same thing. Try not to get the lamp. Post. Or his arm. Okay, so I have to let that dry. It's a lot of water on there as I keep playing with it. So I will be back in a minute. Okay, we're mostly dry. And what I've done is pulled out some Polychromos. And like always, I'll leave all the colors down below in the description box. Just have to click show more. So I brought out a color for each component that I have done so far. So we have Caput Mortuum Violet, which I'm going to use on the Victrola piece. Hope I'm saying that right. Prussian Blue is going to be in the background. Okay. The Burnt Umber is also going to be used up on some areas. It's nice brown. The Red Violet is a really good match to the Shiraz in the curtains, so highlighting with those. The Chrome Oxide Green is great for his chair, and I've picked out the, yeah, I can't even pronounce that, Indanthrene Blue. Like I said, all of these will be down in the description box. Is for his hat and his vest. So since I can't pronounce this one and we're here at the hat, I'm just going to go ahead and put it in. It's a little bit darker, which is great for the shadows. And that's all I'm going to be doing, is deepening the shadow here and bringing some of that in where I didn't get enough of the ink, or I just want a little extra coloration. Especially when the two colors mixed. I want to kind of keep it a straight line there. So just very lightly bring it in where you wish it to be. Okay, and also in his vest, we're gonna make sure you see the difference between the two colors. And then wherever we didn't get it or want a shadow, or at least a definition line between the two, we will add it. Okay. Like that. In the green chair, we bring in the chrome oxide green, and we'll be doing the same just in the dark areas to define spots. And just kind of help this green along. Oh, I covered up his ear over here, didn't I? So we will outline that. And we'll try to get some different color in that. And this is a rip over here, I noticed. So it's not a bug. The bug is actually up here in the window on the top up here. So I was happy about that. I'm pretty good at the bugs, not coloring them. Missed his ear though. Oh well. It'll get fixed. And then down here, so we're just deepening up the colors. I'm using pretty light pressure here when you put down the Inktense. I'm going to say if you put down the water, it changes the paper texture, so you have a little more tooth, and it just, even just touching it will bring off a lot of this color. Following the lines that are already given to us and darkening those up. Okay, another greener chair. And then when we go up to the curtain, I'm going to get the red violet. We'll do the same thing. We're just kind of separating the two colors. And these just go together so nice. And any part I missed, we'll just bring it down. I've been looking into getting some watercolor pencils. The Faber-Castell ones. And I was watching a video, and they had said that they're the exact same colors as the Polychromos. So when you're using those as a watercolor and you needed to come in with a pencil to add a little extra color, they're a perfect match. I was like, ooh, that sounds fun. Okay, bottom of the curtain, and then we have to go up to the top. Do the same thing in the darkest folds and just bring it out a little more. Get a little more precision with the pencil here than you are going to get with the watercolor. Or the Inktense paint set. That's what I meant. Sorry. But I like putting down that first, getting a nice coloration on here. Bing, 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 go around the little side here. And again, this is a very light touch. Just going to get a little bit more color here. Except that I already scraped it. I'll fix that up. And then I don't see the part of the curtain back here, but I know there's a little bit that comes down here, so we're going to darken that section there. And maybe darken it just at the top. When we're down here with the same color, we'll work on his headband just a little bit more. Bring that in. And then his little just adding the darkness down in there too. It's a little touch, but it adds a lot when you get back and look at the picture. So tan. Which one is this one? It's the burnt umber, and I'm going to add a little on his face here, just to darken up the darker areas, and in his fur. And I will color in his ear a bit. I mean, it's green, but and if I get it too dark, I can always come in with an eraser. And I have my little candy eraser here. And I can erase some of that pencil. If I can open my candy. There we go. It's like some of that under his chin here. I did get a little dark. And I'm just going to lighten it up a little bit. You can always find that one on my desk for some reason. Some of my other erasers I cannot find. Okay, a little darkness under this glasses. I have to decide what color I want the glasses, if I want to do them black or if I want to do them some cool color. So I'm just going around his hands and defining the shadowed areas on them. Also bringing it into the fur. I'm going to do his feet too. Okay. And then we're going to go and work on our musical instrument here. I'm going to bring a little of this same color in on the horn part. Any of you ever played one of these before? Growing up, my grandfather had one of these downstairs. It didn't play records though, but it was the same type of thing, but it was a stand and it played cylinders. So the handle, you would crank it and it would play like a music box. It was the coolest thing. We weren't really supposed to touch it, but sometimes when we were down there, he would let us go over and play it. We would do canning, and all the vegetables and fruits had to be stored down in the basement. There was a bedroom down there, and then that's where the music was. The bedroom was really cool. It was my grandfather was a fisherman. He would leave during the summer and go fishing. And he took one of the bunks out of one of the boats he had and put it down in the basement for, that would be my uncle, his son, to sleep in. And it did the whole bedroom nautical. So it had a port window and brass all over it. It was really cool. Okay, I'm adding a little black into the dark hole down here and kind of just feathering it out a little bit. Probably add a little white in there also. Okay, we're going to add a little black on the plate here. Going to go in with the Caput Mortuum violet and add a little of that into this brown. Kind of making it look a little more mahogany type. Just lightly putting it in, accenting where the shadow should be. And any place the ink didn't get to. We'll add some of that up here too. Okay. So far so good. I'm going to do the little pot here, and I'm going to bring back in the red violet. I'll darken that up a little. Not make it look so pink. Okay. Can add a little brown to this too. Just so it's not such a bright reddish pink. Okay, brown. By brown, I mean the burnt umber. We're also going to add some burnt umber to the skeleton here. And then add in some beige or something. Cream. What do we have? I have white and ivory. So we're going to go with the ivory. And then we'll go in with the black. Darken the eyes. Oh, blend that in a little bit. Okay, we can add a little white to it if we want. And then I'm just going to go around and with the Prussian blue, we're going to darken the blue areas up on the wallpaper. Again, this is a really light touch, just adding in a hint of color here. And I have to come up with a color for his feather too. Go a little darker around the edge of something else, just to make that stand out a bit more. And we do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and we'll just keep working on that. Sorry, I'm getting quiet. I'm just trying to make sure I get everything and you can see it. It's going to be a very long video, and I don't know how it's going to upload. And we'll go under the window too. Guess that'll give a shadow. Okay, I'll work on the top off camera so you don't have to see that. It's just going to be done the same way with the pencil up there. Bring the shadow down. I might bring in some ink, I don't know. If I bring in ink, I'll show you how that's done. Okay, we got to kind of work on the, keep pointing lamp base here. And I'm going to bring in some yellow ochre. Basically the same color I did it in. I want to bring in a lighter shade too. We have Naples Yellow. A little brighter color. I'll add some of that in here too. Because you have light coming down into here, we want to have a little brighter color from where the light would hit that. Okay, I think I'm going to call it part 1 right now, and then I will try to get this uploaded, and I will see you guys in part 2. We'll do the window, the background, and of course his guitar, his amp. There's a table over here. I mean, there's lots going on this page, so I will have plenty for part 2, and I will see you in there. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I want you guys to take care of yourselves and have a little fun. Get out your coloring books and do something relaxing. Take care now. Bye.